Good afternoon, happy people! How is everybody doing? Today, we're going to take a magical ride down to the property, and we're going to discuss irrigation system. Enjoy the ride! Okay, here's our magic carpet. Everybody close your eyes and climb on board. Okay, you can open. Alright, I'm not sure if I've already done this or not, but here's a lowdown of our drip irrigation system. This is the RPS solar controller that controls the water pump, which is down inside that pipe about 100 feet. That is a Hunter Node 100 irrigation timer. It's connected to the solar controller, which controls the pump, and it comes on twice a day for an hour, which turns the pump on twice a day for an hour, and the water comes up the pump, goes down these two irrigation lines. These are 3/4 lines that come outside the side of the pump shed. These go all the way back to the back of the orchard. Well, one goes all the way back, one goes about halfway. And then off of each 3/4 line, there's a 1/2-inch line going in rows all the way to the sides of the property. So you can barely see all the lines going back and forth. And of course, from each 1/2-inch line, we have the 1/4-inch drip line wrapped around the base of every tree. This was DripWorks orchard drip system number 4, I believe, on their website. And the whole thing for my entire 1/2-acre orchard cost me $1,000, basically, like $1,200 bucks. I think it was $600 for 60 trees, and I bought 2 systems for 120 trees, and so it was like $1,200 for the entire drip system. That included everything for the drip system, all the connectors, all the drip lines, the little drip connectors, the end cap plugs, all the connectors between the 3/4 and 1/2-inch hose, these connectors. So I'd say that was a fairly decent price compared to a lot of other things that I've seen. And off the back of my pump house, we have a spigot installed with a hose on it that we use for like washing our hands and whatnot, filling buckets and doing whatever else hand watering we have to do. And then of course we have the solar panel array mounted to a pole here that controls, or it actually just charges the batteries inside the shed, and the whole system runs off the batteries. So it can run 24/7. All right, folks, just a little bit on the drip line system I got. So I went with DripWorks drip system. This is their drip line. Every foot or so there's a emitter with a hole in it. Let's see if I can get it focused. Kind of right there, like that. So every foot on this line there's like a hole in the line. So I cut them off at about 6 feet, and then I have end cap plugs, which is just a 1/4-inch plug on the end. No hole through it, it's just a plug to plug off the end. And then I have a bunch of 1/4-inch adapter, so just drop that one. It's got a hole that goes all the way through it. Right, it's a 1/4 inch on each side. So I use those to put on the ends of the hose. I got some finished here. So you can see on the one end is the drip line adapter, and on this end, wherever it's at, right there, is the plug. So then I got this fancy tool that you put over the hose and compress it, and it punches a hole in the side of the 1/2 inch drip line, and then that snaps into the hole. So when you turn the water on, it comes through the 1/2 inch drip irrigation system that spread all over the orchard here between all the trees, and then each tree has a drip line emitter wrapped around the base of the tree. So that's basically how I do it. Let's go out there and I'll show you how I install some of these. Okay, so I'll try to do this single-handedly. Between these coconut trees, the distance is kind of further away from the trees, so I made the drip lines about 8 feet instead of my normal 6. So I'm going to hold this with one hand here, and then kind of wrap the drip emitter line around the base of the tree like that. I'll probably go one more. Sorry for the crazy shaky video. So then we're down here, wherever it's at our line. We grab our fancy tool, just put it over the line, give it a squeeze. You can see it. Where'd it go? Put the hole in there. The water coming out, and then it kind of just snaps into place. And then when the water turns on, the water will come out of here and drip out all of these emitter holes. So that's how we do it. All right, there's the tool, and there's the fittings, and this line goes between all these trees, so I'm going to kind of snake it closer back and forth between the trees the best I can, and use the 8-foot drip lines that I created to wrap around all these trees. Okay, so that is the 6 coconuts with the drip lines installed. I chose to use the drip lines because I figured that would be the easiest route to go, keeping the water on the actual trees in the orchard instead of spraying water all over the place, you know, feeding the weeds and everything else around here. So I have the drip lines going back and forth throughout the orchard, and the 2 main lines coming from the pump going front to back all the way down the orchard. And each tree has its little drip emitter. That way the trees themselves get the water and everything else does not. It's very quick and easy to install, and it was very cost effective also. So that's why I went with the drip irrigation system. All right, I have a couple more trees that we planted today to go add drip lines to, so I'm gonna go do that.